Uh, Moving on to Sonal Goyal, ma'am. We'll be interacting with Rakesh sir lately. I feel elated to introduce you all to Miss Sonal Goyal, IAS 2008 batch today. Ms. Sonal Goyal is currently posted as CEO, Gurugram Metropolitan City Bus Limited, and ATL CEO, Gurugram Metropolitan Development Authority. She has served our government in various coveted positions. We have her among us, and that's a great opportunity to listen to her treasured wisdom she has to share. Over to Sonal Goyal, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Am I visible and audible to all of you?
जी ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
You are visible.
Hi. So,
Hi.
respected VC Saab, all the faculty members of YMCA University, my dear students, Shri Rakesh Sethi ji, a very good evening from my side, and I would like to thank YMCA for inviting me for this wonderful opportunity of interacting with the young India, the young brigade of our country. So, as we move on, the topic for today is dream and achieve. So, as BC Saab has in his introductory speech, he has mentioned that we all know that humanity at present is facing a crisis which we never thought of that our generation or even our future generation would ever witness. So, this kind of a humanitarian crisis, which is COVID-19 pandemic, it is across the world, and we are in lockdown now since more than 2 months. And I understand that there are a lot of apprehensions in the mind. There needs to be a balance between your physical, mental health. The emotional wellness also needs to be maintained. So this kind of session, I think, I would try to in fact share a little bit of my experience, whatever I have gained through my work, through my own professional and personal experiences. And I would be very happy if students want to ask me any question. So I would be very happy to answer to them. So I briefly, I'll be talking 4 or 5 main things. So I'll talk firstly about myself. Then I'll move on, like why I joined into civil services. Then I'll discuss about the preparation for competitive exams and some idea about the civil services. Then I'll discuss how you can utilize this lockdown period in more effective way. Then I would also discuss your own responsibility or your own initiatives which you as responsible youth of the nation can take for the country as such in general, and more specifically during the lockdown period. So this would be my basically talking point. So I begin with introducing myself. I am Sonal Goyal. I belong to the 2008 batch of IAS. My cadre is Tripura, and I joined Haryana on deputation in July 2016. So it is like around more than 7 years I have stayed in Tripura. I have worked there in various capacities. If I discuss about my educational and this professional qualification, so I did my graduation from Shriram College of Commerce, Delhi University in BCom. Then I did my CS and LLB, and I am also an MA in Public Policy from IGNOU. So now I come to like how and when I thought about joining civil services. So it was not during my school days, as many of the aspirants they say that from the school days, they are having this idea that they will be joining civil services, but it was not the case in my scenario. So my I would request the other participants to please mute their mics. I request the other participants to mute their mics, please. Thank you. So I actually thought
Yeah,
I actually
no, Dr. Sonia Bansal, are you listening to me? Are you listening?
Speech there you go.
Can you mute others? Let Madam speak and mute. Please mute everyone else.
Please.
Yes, sir. I'll just mute everyone.
Yes, yes, please.
thank you so much. So I resume my talk. in the third year I was there, and I was also doing my CS. So at that time, CS was allowed, company secretary or even CA was allowed to do along with graduation. So I came across civil services, during my third year of graduation, and I kind of got the knowledge that this is one kind of a platform which enables you to immediate to benefit the public at large, to do something for the society at a very young age. So there was nobody in my family, in bureaucracy. So I could not take much guidance. But when I discussed this with my father is a chartered accountant by profession. So when I discussed with him, there were initial, apprehensions because civil services are generally cadre-based services, and you are required to serve in various parts of the country. So there were some apprehensions. But then when I said ki at least I have to try once, so then he said, okay, you go ahead. But my father also advised me that you should also have a fallback career option, because I was already doing CS. So he suggested that I should also have a professional career safe, because civil services selection is never sure shot, in the sense that there are lakhs of aspirants who are appearing every year in the civil services, and even brightest of the candidates sometimes are not able to make it through. So that was a very practical advice which my father gave, and based on his advice, I completed my CS in 2004. And after that, I started my law from Delhi University. There was an entrance which, by God's grace, I qualified. I got myself enrolled into LLB Delhi University. I also started my part-time job as company secretary in one of the companies based in Manesar. And I then started preparing for civil services. So 2004 onwards, my journey, was kind of a change from the routine college life. So I also started law. I started my civil services preparation, and I also started my job to be independent in terms of the finances. So it was in 2006, I wrote the civil service examination for the first time, and with lot of hard work I could actually reach to the second stage. I could not qualify for the interview, that is a third stage. So of course I was very dejected. So then I decided that at least one more attempt I will give to myself. So I started again with the commitment to my own self that this would be the attempt in which I would give my 100%, and I should not have any regrets that I did not give my full efforts. So there was like minimum 15 to 16 hours of study on a daily basis. A lot of there was totally now we are using the term quarantine. So quarantine is that you are aloof from the society, you're not meeting anybody. So that I would say that जो हमारा preparation time था उस time में, so we were kind of quarantined. I was kind of quarantined in my study room, and my family supported me well. And 2007 में I wrote the exam again. So in my second attempt, I cleared civil services with All India 13th rank. So it was my hard work, dedication, and of course by the grace of God, support of the family, I got into civil services. And my batch is 2008, because the results are announced in the following year, 2008. So this was the main story of me entering into civil services. Now, I would briefly mention about my professional career. So, in Tripura, I have served in almost all the field capacities. I served there as SDM. I was also CEO of the Agartala Municipal Corporation. I also was the DM and collector in Gomti district, Tripura. In Haryana, I came in February 2016, and my first posting here was Commissioner Municipal Corporation, Faridabad. Then I moved to District Jhajjar as Deputy Commissioner. And then I came back to Faridabad in 2019 as Administrator Huda. And I was also Commissioner Municipal Corporation for some time. And right now I'm holding two charges in Gurugram. So when we are talking about, dream and achieve. So why do we need to dream, and how can we achieve it? So because Sonia ma'am ने मुझे बताया कल when I was discussing with her. So basically, you are all science background students. So there are various competitive exams, not only civil services, various competitive exams, which you are all, which you may be appearing for. So in most of the things, there are some vital points which we need to keep in mind. So first thing is that the syllabus of the examination need to be uh, uh, studied thoroughly. So जो pattern है, so because civil services में there are 3 stages. So prelims and mains and interview. So there are 3 stages in the civil services. So usme in the mains we need a more of a analytical approach. For prelims we need more of the objective approach. And interview is of course a personality test, right? So this is the pattern for civil services. So when we are talking about the syllabus, so the syllabus will enable you to have a clarity of how you should approach. Then you also need to have your time management. Like civil services, mein, there are 3 stages. So in the month of May or June, the prelims are held. Then mains are conducted in October, November, and the personality test or the interview is conducted in the month of March, April. So various competitive exams have different kind of pattern, IES, then through the examinations through the GATE, and various other examinations have different patterns. So you need to firstly, you should be sure about the timings of the exam. So according to that only you should schedule your own time. So that time management is very important. So now when I am talking about the time management, you should have a monthly plan, you should have a weekly plan, and you should also have, when once you are nearing the examination, so you should also have a daily plan, that the daily, this is the kind of things or the revisions which you have to take. And especially it becomes more relevant when you are nearing the examinations. Like अगर आपका अगले हफ्ते में ही exam है, so you have 5 days in between. So if your examination is on Monday or Tuesday, so how do you utilize this 4 or 5 days in between? So that is very important. So for that purpose, you should have your notes which are in the form of a synopsis. So synopsis के लिए revision, because they enable the revisions and they save time. So I have always done that you divide your time. You also kind of have a kind of a revisionary pattern, so you can make short notes, or in your original study material you can highlight it. It is up to the study pattern of the student concerned. So besides that time management, you have to keep yourself motivated. So, especially civil services, it's a long process, minimum 2 years you need for, 1 year for preparation and 1 year during the examination. So minimum 2 years you have to give the efforts, like 100% efforts, so that maintaining your own cool is very, it becomes difficult, and we all can have mood swings. So, we have to take care of that. You try to have some hobby, try to have your family with you, and you do anything which you feel relaxes your mind. Some people do yoga, some people do meditation, some exercise, physical exercise, or listen to music, dance, or watching TV. Anything, anything which you like, which relaxes your mind, that is very important. Because if you don't relax your mind, you won't be able to sustain whatever you are reading, and you have to register. It is not only just mugging up, you have to register, your mind has to register, and it has to go into your subconscious mind. Then only you will be able to reproduce and express yourself, especially when it comes to the analytical part of the questions. So this is the thing, like how you should prepare time management. Then you have to have your own kind of a study pattern, do repeated revisions. If you are comfortable in discussing with the friends, discuss with the friends. Of course abhi to you can't meet your friends, so have some online sessions or video calls or whatever. Aajkal to there are so many things, technology has made so many things accessible to us. So do utilize them. And mine, I'm talking about especially because VC Saab also told that how do we utilize this lockdown period. So I would say that lockdown period is actually an opportunity which is available to you to assess yourself, sorry, where you are, where you want to be and how will you go there, and you are not having any kind of distractions. So you are totally able, you can totally, you know, concentrate on your own subject, your own study, or anything, or any hobby, even a hobby which you want to, you know, develop. Sometimes we see people cribbing कि मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ, मैं ये करना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन टाइम नहीं मिलता. So this kind of time, this kind of the quality time, in fact, which we are having with us now, I don't think it would be available in future. And we should utilize, we should upgrade our skills. uh, most of the educational institutions, universities are doing very good work now. They are organizing online sessions, they are having e-libraries, online study materials are available, so do utilize them. एंड आपका जो फोकस होके जो पढ़ना है उसको आप यू नो मेक योर ओन पॉइंट्स एंड इंटरेक्ट विद योर टीचर्स, इंटरेक्ट विद योर प्रोफेसर्स, इंटरेक्ट विद योर कलीग्स, एंड इस टाइम को भी आप यूटिलाइज करो. नाउ व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग नाउ नेक्स्ट अबाउट हाउ डू यू यू नो मतलब देयर इज वन थिंग व्हिच आई ऑलवेज से in whatever kind of interaction I have with Young India, is that you always, you know, try to have some mechanism in which you are uh, benefiting or in which you are contributing towards the society. I mean, you choose any profession. It is not necessarily civil services. You can have your own business. You become entrepreneurs. You join private sector. So any professional arena you enter, our only request as part of administration is that do help the society, do help the people around you. So now when we're talking about lockdown, you know, you must have seen from last more than two months that the government across the country, they are taking various initiatives, whether it is the rehabilitation of the poor people, whether it is, you know, feeding the people who are as migrant laborers, uh, whether they are people who are, you know, I mean, there are various categories of people, you know, who are destitute and who are suffering at present. So I would request that whatever is possible, you please try and help out. And I'm very much sure that if you, as a responsible citizen, responsible youth, will take that leadership quality in your own self, in your own subconscious mind, you will definitely be successful. And there are various people who, you know, whom we are trying to reach out, but definitely some people would be left out because administration also has its own limitations. So जो भी possibility हो आपके level पे, आप वहाँ लोगों की मदद कीजिए. जहाँ आप सोसाइटी में रहते हैं, वहाँ पे कोई स्लम एरिया है, वहाँ पे किसी को मदद की ज़रूरत है तो वो कीजिए. And also I would like to request that keep on sharing with each other. So sharing can be in the form of you know, आपकी online materials जो हैं, आपको कुछ अच्छा दिखता है, कोई knowledgeable resource है, वो आप share करो. कोई ऐसा कोई एक अच्छा इनिशिएटिव जो आपने देखा जो कि रेप्लिकेट और हो सकता है, उसको शेयर करो. सो वी आर ऑल लर्निंग एंड दिस नॉलेज एंड रिसोर्सेज वी शुड ऑलवेज शेयर, and only if we share, then we, you know, we can have a inclusive growth in the society. And towards the end, I would only like to mention very briefly about dream and achieve. So ड्रीम मैं इसको कैसे देखती हूँ? सो ड्रीम इज diligence, resolve, energy, ambition, and motivation. So diligence, resolve, energy, ambition, and motivation. This is how I actually deal with dream. So whatever is your dream, it should not let you, you know, sleep. आपका कोई भी ड्रीम है कि आपको ये चीज करनी है, आपको इस एग्जाम में इतने मार्क्स लेने हैं, या आपको स्पोर्ट्स में एक्सेल करना है, so it should be like that. It should be, you know, in your mind always, and you should always have that kind of a commitment to your own self, that this is my dream and only I am the force who is going to make it happen. And believe me, अगर आपके पास, मैं हमेशा 3 C's की बात करती हूँ: courage, conviction and consistency. सो करेज, कन्विक्शन एंड कंसिस्टेंसी अगर आप maintain कर पाओ, so I don't think there is any power in the world which can stop you from achieving your own dreams. And Alchemist by Paul Coelho has a very important phrase in his book. So he writes that if you aspire something genuinely from the heart, then whole universe conspires and it enables you to achieve that. तो अगर आप इतना उसको शिद्दत से अगर आप पाना चाहते हो, तो पूरी कायनात उसको उसको आपसे मिलाने में मदद करती है. So why I'm trying to say is that you should have, belief in your own self, do your hard work, 100% hard work with dedication, commitment, and of course with the grace of God. Definitely we can always dream, we can always achieve. From my own journey, I can say कि सिविल सर्विसेज में एंटर करना मेरे लिए आसान नहीं था. उसके बाद सिविल सर्विसेज में एंटर करने के बाद में आई जॉइन त्रिपुरा कैडर. सो त्रिपुरा, इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल स्टेट इन द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. इट इज क्वाइट रिमोट. बहुत अलग कल्चर है वहाँ का, यहाँ नॉर्थ इंडिया से. बट व्हेन आई वेंट टू द स्टेट, आई हैड दैट कमिटमेंट कि बिकॉज आई एम पोस्टेड देयर, I will try to do my best for the citizens there. I will try to do my best service to the people out there. And by grace of God, मेरा वहाँ पे tenure, मतलब I tried to do whatever I could do for the people of that state. And similarly for Haryana also, I am trying to give my efforts. And it is basically the support of the people and the team wherever I am working, which has enabled me to do that. So this was from my side. Only the last thing which I always have in my mind, a very small prose. तुम समय की रेत पर छोड़ते चलो निशान, देखती तुम्हें जमीन देखता है आसमान. So whatever you do, whatever efforts you are doing, whatever path you choose, it should be such कि आपको बाद में लोग याद रखें या आपसे लोग पूछें कि आपने कैसा किया. And people respect you for your work. People will remember you for your work, and people will also support you for your true and genuine intentions. So thank you so much. This was from my side. And if there are anything which the students would like to ask me specifically, I would be very happy to interact with the youth, with the young people, because you are the people who have to take our nation forward. And India is the youngest country in the world. तो आप लोगों पे ही निर्भर है कि हमारे देश की आगे प्रगति और उन्नति कैसी होगी. और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इतने टैलेंटेड हमारा जो यूथ है, जो कि बहुत एडवांस्ड है हमारे कंपैरिजन में, हमारे टाइम से आजकल बहुत एडवांस्ड है. So there is nothing to stop India from progressing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. We have some questions from our university.
आपके कॉलेज के बच्चे हैं?
Dr. Sonia. Dr. Sonia. Can you let me speak for a minute?
Yes, sure, Shrey. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Ma'am, our first question is from Oshin. What is the impact of bureaucrats on society who are leaving their jobs and going into activism?
Sorry, please come again. What is the role of bureaucracy?
What is the impact of bureaucrats on society who are leaving their jobs and going into activism?
Was I audible there?
So all these things are interrelated. If we are talking about bureaucracy is not. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So I would say that bureaucracy is, we are not serving in a kind of a totalitarian attitude, and it's a kind of a atmosphere in which all stakeholders have their own role and impact on the working of the bureaucracy. So whether you are talking about media, whether you're talking about politicians, or whether you are talking about different stakeholders like the poor people, or the people who are not being able to sustain themselves. So all of these paraphernalia, we are actually interrelated. So the bureaucratic point of view is that we are always trying to help out. I mean, there won't be any officer, I think, or most of the officers would have that approach, that we have to serve to the even the poorest person who is there in the district or the subdivision. So we would never like person, and that word activism, I really don't understand the word activism in what sense you are asking. The point is activism, maybe you are talking that they are leaving their jobs, or maybe they have left their job and then they are becoming a kind of a stakeholder who is acting as a pressure group on the administration, right? So if you're talking about that kind of an activism, so even those activist groups, or even those activists are important for us. If you have read about RTI, the Right to Information Act, long time back in our country, there was group of informed and positive activists who actually got this RTI act passed. I mean, there was a bill, of course, then there was round of discussions, but there were some people who actually kind of brought out the need for the Right to Information Act, especially working in the government. So what I'm trying to say is that whether it is activist, whether it is media, whether it is a bureaucrat, so we are all working in tandem with each other. And if we don't, if we don't respect each other's responsibility, if we don't respect each other's space and duties, then of course there would be an imbalance, right? So that kind of a system we have to maintain, and bureaucracy never, we never kind of try to turn down the activists. We always have to allow them to represent their viewpoints, to represent the interest of the citizens, to represent the interest of the stakeholders. And many a times even the activist groups are coming forward and they are helping. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Now.
did you listen to what I mentioned in my first response? I think it was audible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So we can move
Ma'am,
to the next part. Yeah.
Ma'am, the next question is from my side only. Actually, I'm also an aspirant of UPSC. So
Okay.
my question is that which optional subject you chose, and would you prefer the new aspirants to take, and guidelines on how to choose an optional subject? If you could give some tips regarding that
Yeah.
also.
Okay. So yeah, so my optionals were commerce and public administration. So at during my time there we used to have one optional during the prelims and two optionals during the mains examination. So I took commerce and pub-ed. So commerce because I was a company secretary and a commerce graduate, so that I was comfortable in that. And public administration I chose because I thought that after going to the syllabus of various subjects, I thought that public administration would help me when I joined the service, so, and it is actually doing so. So therefore I chose these two subjects. So now when you are asking me about some of the, guidelines, so one thing is that take a subject in which you are comfortable. So many candidates take subject of the graduation. So the reason being that we know that in prelims, mains, you are asked questions ranging from your class 6 and up to your graduation time. So many candidates prefer to take the subject which they have studied in their graduation. But sometimes candidates choose a different optional also because they feel ki that subject is not scoring. So this is also one thing which candidates think. Now, of course, there is only one optional which is required to be chosen after the CSAT. So there is only one optional required in the mains. So it depends on your own comfort. My only advice would be take an optional in which you are able to express yourself, in which you have your concepts clear. since the time for the civil services preparation is not very much available to anybody, because there are a lot of things you have to cover. GS, then the optional GS, maybe now there are 4 subjects. Every day you have to read newspapers, magazines. So there is a plethora of the things which you have to, read. So take an optional if you are comfortable with, take an optional. Otherwise, if you're looking for some other optional, please do take a guidance. एंड डू असेस द सिलेबस योरसेल्फ आल्सो कि आपको उसमें कंफर्ट लेवल आप अचीव कर पाओगे या नहीं, देन ओनली चूज द ऑप्शनल. या
Okay, ma'am. The next question is from Prateek, ma'am. What are issues officials like you on daily basis, especially in stressful times of current epidemic?
So your voice was breaking. If I can if I can recollect, you are asking me what are the daily pressures, na?
What are the major issues officials
Major-
like you face on daily basis, especially in stressful times of current epidemic?
So, major issues are, we, as I mentioned earlier also, that we are working in a paraphernalia. So paraphernalia will have different kind of stakeholders who will have those interest groups and who will have that pulls and pressures. So whether it is media, whether it is the political setup, whether it is judiciary, whether it is the public at large. So we have, those kind of situations which we have to deal on a daily basis, firstly. Secondly, the priority is always to ensure the citizen service delivery or the public service delivery in the most efficient manner. So this is one thing which is always in the back of the mind of a bureaucrat or an officer, and we always aim and try to do something for the society. So we always try to have that in the mind, that this is something which I should do, or this is something which the organization to do, so that the citizen at large can benefit from them. And if you talk about special situations like disasters, you must have heard last week cyclone Amphoon hit the eastern
Yes, ma'am.
coast of the country, and similar kind of Kerala mein there was a flood in 2000 I think 18 mein there was a flood in Kerala. We also had recently Vizag gas leak, so these kinds of, and now of course bureaucrats all over the country are fighting COVID-19 pandemic. So all these kind of situations call for a kind of a emergent call of a duty. Even though the nation is under lockdown, but we are part of the essential services, whether it is the fire service, whether it is the sanitation staff, whether it is the police department. They are working 24/7, and most of the time when it is a holiday for a normal citizen, it is a working day for an officer or for the government officials, government employees. Even the lowest, you must have seen